Just saying. There's a funny look for Bob Rossi. Do you have a lot of tribal I don't know about?
I don't want to get into the markings of my body on live television, for crying out loud. Let's bring this action back to the ring. You've got yourself quite the prospect in Tyler Cintron taking on the XWA's Iron Man and two-time Firebrand champion, Kellan Thomas.
Lock up.
Quick and slick.
Already out of the ring. Coming in here, Tyler Cintron. Debut tonight, Bob?
It is certainly his XWA debut, and I want to say this is one of his Northeast debuts, but don't quote me on that. I didn't get a chance to really talk with the fella in the locker room. He gave me his weight and his birthplace, and he told me to get the hell away from him, so that's where the buck stops.
Very good.
A little handful of hair and a nice trip right there. And that top wrist lock applied right now by Cintron. Got control of that left arm of Kellan Thomas. Thomas reverses, nicely done. And we get a rope break. And cleanly done by the Riot.
Well, that's the thing about the Revolution in our time. He has certainly been a sportsman through and through. Although he no longer holds the Firebrand Championship title, he still conducts himself like a champion, a true representative, a true steward of the XWA.
Some interesting ring attire for Tyler Cintron.
Oh, Kellan with the tackle now. Tyler Cintron towards the ropes again.
He almost dumped himself right out of the ring right there.
He's just so quick to bounce out of dodge.
Cintron coming back in now. XWA fans, they've had quite an evening so far. A lot of announcements been made for Excelsior coming up next Sunday. Better be there. I'm going to be there. John, you going to be there?
I'll be there.
Sweet.
Got a lot of commentary that day, I heard. Matt Stryker will be around. Rich Palladino.
Sweet. Cintron gets out of that rear waist lock. Nice amateur-style takedown. And great chain wrestling right here by both men. Rear hammerlock applied by the Riot, Kellan Thomas. Hooks that other arm in. Very painful right here. Referee right on top of the situation. Check for the submission. Says no.
Cintron getting back up to his feet.
Front face lock now with that one arm underhook. Driving back into the corner. Kellan Thomas. Kellan was about to break cleanly, and he took a right hand right in the midsection for it. Sharp right.
Snapmare.
Nicely done.
Oh, Cintron going for the pin now. 1, 2. Kellan kicking out at 2, says Tyler Calloway. Kellan now working his way to the ropes. Down in that corner, Tyler Cintron taking advantage with those strikes.
Referee right on top of the action. Great officiating we have here at XWA.
Referee Tyler Calloway, the man does not play.
Irish whip reversed now by Thomas. Belly to belly, nicely done. Rolls through.
Off the second.
Beautiful. Moonsault from the second rope.
2.
Only 2.
Take it out.
And Cintron one more time, heads to the outside. He's going to take a little breather. And Kellan Thomas wants him back in the ring, bad. Ref laying the 10 count on.
Kellan now on the outside.
Sneaking up on him.
Very quietly. Very quiet in here right now.
It's because Bobby's not sitting here.
Bobby's gone. Making all those noises.
Oh, DDT!
Spikes him.
Goes for that pin.
1, 2. 2.
Another 2 count. Welcome back, Bobby Rossi, to the broadcast position here.
Oh, Bobby, you got doing double duty tonight. How's that treating you, running back and forth?
I'm getting my cardio in for the month, boys. Now, I got to say this, though. What a privilege it is to be at the front row seat of this main event caliber action, guys. Now, granted, I've been all over the place. I've been catching glimpses of it. But in my opinion, from what I've seen of both of these athletes, this is a main event caliber in any promotion.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why the fans are so quiet about it.
Because they're roped in. If you know, they're quiet, but they're not really on their phones. You don't see them looking down. You don't see them talking amongst one another. They are completely invested in what's taking place because Tyler Cintron, we don't know him through Adam. Nobody here does. But they do know one thing. He is going toe-to-toe with the XWA's Iron Man. And that in itself is sincerely impressive, gentlemen.
So if Tyler Cintron beats Kellan Thomas tonight, would that make him like War Machine? Is that the comic book thing?
I mean, you would know better than I would, my friend, but I know it would certainly launch him up the power rankings. Beautiful slingshot-style suplex, just a 2 count. But I got to imagine that with continued offense like this, former Firebrand champ is starting to get worn down.
Hard knee right to the center of the back, making a couple of them. And you can see the grimace on the face of Kellan Thomas right now. Swedish cravat now, just twisting at that neck. Very painful. Kellan looked like he was trying any way to get out of there.
Cintron bending the rules here, and Kellan Thomas knowing right where to strike, finding the pressure point, and then forcing his adversary to release the hold here, buys himself a little bit of time. And I think Cintron is also a little winded as well. You can see he's taking his time around the ring. Not very quick to get back into the scuttlebutt with Kellan Thomas.
Nice back elbow by the Riot. Fireman carry pickup right here. This could be trouble.
Whoa. 2.
One more time, just a 2 count.
And those kickouts are pushing closer and closer to the 3 count.
And Thomas getting fired up now. Getting these fans behind him. Back in the corner closest to us. Irish whip across all the way. Here comes Thomas. Oh, and he's met with a sharp right to the chin. Staggered in the center of the ring.
Sends him face first into the canvas. Goes for the pin.
Doesn't do anything. I don't think he's going to get him.
Ooh.
It's close.
Kellan
very
rolling through
close.
it.
Really should have hooked a leg right there.
It's those small things. It's the smallest things that make the largest amount of impact, Corey. And you've been doing this a long time. You've seen that happen time and time again. Do you think it's because Cintron, as polished as he may be, is a little bit less experienced than Kellan, maybe?
Probably experience, and he really didn't float over or anything like that. I think he was probably hurt and just didn't have the time or the thought process to grab that leg. He's got to stay on top of his man now. Irish whip across one more time. Thomas bails out, nobody home, and Cintron goes hard into that corner.
Throwing all caution to the wind. He gets himself a face full of buckle. Cintron opening up the lane for Kellan Thomas to continue his offense.
And those kicks of Thomas, they're just nasty. Back elbow stops that bit of offense from the Riot. Oh! Wow! Holy Jesus.
What a way to knock your opponent loopy. Kellan Thomas with the southpaw style insecurity gets Cintron into the opposing buckles. He's still not up on his feet solid, boys. You can see that.
Bulldog. Nicely done. Thomas starting to get it together here. Fans getting behind it.
Here we go. Crowd making a little bit of noise tonight.
And what's Thomas doing? Sizing his man up. Waiting for him to get to his feet.
Kellan from behind. Oh, back down.
Man.
There's that alligator roll.
Look at this. Into a vertical suplex. Oh, sit out. Vertical suplex. Nicely done. He's got
2.
it. Oh, no.
Cintron kicking out.
Beautifully done by Thomas, and Cintron showing a lot of guts right here to stay in this match. He's flat on his back right now. Perfect opportunity for Kellan, and he's going to take it. Thomas on the apron. Wasting a lot of time, though. He's got to get up there. Thomas a little slow, and here comes Cintron. Gets that right hand right upside the head. Clubbing forearm to the back, too. Oh, no, look. Dangerous part of town here. Clubbing him a few more times with those forearms. Going for a superplex. Blocked by Thomas. Blocked one more time. Thomas fires back with a few shots of his own. Thomas right over Cintron. Caught him in midair. Belly to back suplex, nicely done with the bridge. 2. He only gets 2 out of the deal. Great counter move by Kellan Thomas. Trying to get these fans fired up.
Kellan running on fumes. He's got a little bit more in the tank than Cintron right now, I think.
Yeah, Cintron is definitely sucking some wind after that beautiful bridge suplex. And the Riot saying this is going to be it.
Calling for the end.
One more time, that fireman carry. Cintron fights his way out of it. Oh, beautiful neck breaker.
Cintron with the pin. Can Kellan kick out of that?
Oh, and he actually, as he hooked the leg, he put
I thought I
Thomas'
saw
leg
that.
right on the rope. Definitely right there, Bobby. That's a lack of experience.
Well, when you're in the moment, when you're all fired up on emotion, you're going to make some poor choices. But you have to know where in the ring you are, and that just goes to show you, Corey, you're spot on, man. He does not have the amount of time in, as does Kellan Thomas. He knows what it's like to be in these situations. He knows what it's like to have to fight through the pain. I mean, hell, he just went 30 minutes with J.D. Drake just last week. Come on.
And it was gruesome. It was gruesome. Look at this. He's trying to turn him over now into a Boston Crab. Thomas hangs on, rolls him out. 2. One more time. It's just 2. Another roll-up. Nicely done by Thomas. Just gets 2 again. Thomas back off the rope. He's met with a boot to the gut. Oh, now just a toying slap to the back of the head. One more time into that fireman carry. Oh,
Still Matic hits its mark. Cover
2,
here.
3.
Bobby Rossi's got the word.
Ladies and gentlemen,